Some of these legendary modern deck cards are getting a little bit scary. Make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. More kind of pre-sales are roaring on today, and discount code MCO40 is going to save you on your purchase. I see a few people have been picking up the Elemental Heroes. Some of these stamped cards are actually going pretty well, especially, getting one of each here in the stamp collection is pretty interesting. Egyptian God set for $10. Stamp or staples for the stamp set is looking pretty nice. They've got some pretty interesting, things. Iconic OG stamp set for $20. Not too bad. But a lot of this stamp collection stuff, especially some of the more expensive stuff that they had, you can use discount code MCO40 to save on your purchase. Same thing over here with Kongs, the set's doing very, very well. You can pick up things like the Poly over here. You can get the Dominus as well. But remember, you use the discount code to actually save on things. The Mouse and White Rabbit personally is one of my favorite cards out of this set. If there's a card that you want to approach and consider, I think it's going to be this one, because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. All right, so legendary modern decks. So if you've not been paying attention to some of these secret rares, they've just been disappearing off of the market. I don't know if players just suddenly believe that, we're going to be seeing like some Mitsurugi resurgence, like Mitsurugi's going to be a crazy deck. I don't know what the logic is on the long term with this, but right now, the lowest available version of this is $9. We're about to cross up into $10 on this, which is such a weird consideration of things to really look at here. So I don't know what's causing this. Yeah, I found this very interesting to report on. Same thing here with Aramasa. Aramasa is kind of doing the exact same thing here. You're down to 8 listings on the secret rare for this, and these are pushing a $10 price point. So what is naturally causing this to happen? I don't know. But the legendary modern decks, the Rhodas are down to $275. Carmelias, these are $220s now. These are actually at a new low. Engage 0 coming in at $130, which is not bad. Engage at $94. The Mitsurugi Prayers coming in at $65, but these are getting low on listings too. You've got the Habagiris come in at $65, sure. It looks like just the Starlights in general have a decent population, which now indicates to me that I guess people came through here and want to start picking up like the mid-rarity section, for example. Even like the Mitsurugi Ritual, this is only $27 for a higher rarity card. That's fine. Full Trolls have a lot of those populating right now. Looks like the Gothams, these are 24s. Those are good, but everything I'm seeing here, Starlight rares are acceptable. Just like these secret rares. Oh, there's plenty of rays on the market. 58 rays. That's crazy. Engage is 23. Those are kind of depleting. Your Mall Charmies are still 5s. Oh, we're just on the refresh here. We're down to looks like we've had a temporary dip here with these. A couple people doing the repopulation. Okay, so it's already beginning. Prayers has 89 listings of these, and same thing here with Aramasa. So you see the one cheap listing. And I like the rituals. These are still kind of low. So I do highly recommend that you check in on the legendary modern decks, because these secret rares, they truly shouldn't be moving in the direction they are, but up we go. This was something interesting that I noticed. The MP version of Varudris, 15 listings right now coming out. This isn't an expensive card right now, and Gamer's Choice is holding the line at 500 of these gosh darn things. But it's very interesting just to see, 15 listings of these. Now, how's the rest of this doing? $4 and, $5. The other version still has 57 listings. So it just looks like, in particularly here, that the tin version is actually just being reduced in value. And love just in the little refresh here, Gamer's Choice down to 498 of those. I guess somebody had to come through and start eating the line on those. 5 minutes. You got to remember, we have a couple of cards that just got the reprint, and I guess Femena being one of those is really going to kind of hurt this card's like high up pedestal versions. But like this card needed a reprint because we kind of need easier to get copies of this for Shadal. Like there are a lot of good Shadal variants that the OCG was playing that, you know, to make the turn 1 Winda play, which by the way is a very, very, very real thing. You need this card. Now, this also does answer the question if, you know, we're reprinting Femena, is Femena going to get banned next list? Are we going to see a reduction of Femenas in the pool? And I'm kind of leaning towards no. It's crazy to me because these are like $4 to $5 now. Your collector's rares are 15s and 25s. Interesting. All right. We've also got, so we talk about the first edition cycle of cards. You know, some of the high end is pretty high end in this game. Magic Ruler first edition Spellbinding Circle. This is the unique, like, destructive force that a near mint one of these is tearing into the market right now. And it's crazy because, like, the last near mint first eds sold on 320 for $55. Like, this was it, people. This was the last of, you know, these. And then you just kind of refresh and you're like, wow, they really did push this card up to a crazy thing. Now, I mean, remember, this card, this is just for the Spell Ruler. You know, you do have, you know, Spell Ruler doesn't classify for the first eds. You know, so kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at this. You know, Spell Ruler was the unlimited print. Magic Ruler is the first edition print. So that's interesting. Blue Eyes White Dragon for the Legend of Blue Eyes worldwide release. This is the fun stuff. You've not had a lot of printings on this on the market. And for what has come through the market, the very last light play exited the market on 3/8. Now, I'm not going to say that this is like the collector's fault, but, you know, you had to open up these packs and you had to have good enough luck to actually pull the good cards. Kind of keep that in mind. Magic Ruler first edition Toon World. This is another rendition of the collector's market doing crazy things. Now, to be fair, Toon World first editions have already been kind of a massively crazy iconic thing as it is, because, you know, it's Pegasus. Your last sales on this, a lot of near mints actually look like they've moved. $39 was your last ones, and these were just very, very slow rolls, which unfortunately, you know, when the supply dwindles, up goes the price. Thanks, Economics 101. Miracle Fusion. This is another stupid classic card that meets the same requirements that we've seen over time and time again. But this one we've always knew was up there. To get a near mint copy of something from, you know, Cybernetic Revolution, it's already a crazy, because these cards have whitening like crazy. Crazily enough, you've had 2 sales in actually the last couple of weeks at $282 and $280. So these are actually moving. That's interesting. Elemental Hero, the Flame Wingman from Infernal Rage. I just brought this up because I thought this was pretty interesting. We're just at 49 listings, and this card's been kind of going up and down. Some days it wants to be, you know, under $3. Just going through a little bit of a turbulence. I thought that was kind of interesting. The Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon, you know, mandatory check-in with how this stupid card has been going. But right now, you have one cheap listing at 47, and you're looking at 49 from 52. I think you're going to kind of continue to see this card maintain its run through the $50 mark, just because it's been a pretty consistent player on that field. And then the Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice. I'll talk a little bit more about this later in the week, but you have 32 listings on the market as of filming this with a $44 price point. Do not be surprised if you see just turbulence with this card, because, you know, no reprint, Dark Magician support coming. It truly couldn't be a bad time in the future. But please check out our friends over at Kong's Cards, Gamer's Choice. Use discount code MCO40 to save you on your purchase. A lot of interesting things happening in the market, like usual. I do look forward to seeing what more madness is to come. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.